You want to let your knees bend a little bit. In Tai Chi, we always have the knees bent a little bit. You never have your knees locked, because when you lock your knees, it tightens up your hip muscles, tightens up your back muscles, tightens up your shoulder muscles. So as you bend the knees, then you can let the body relax into a relaxed posture. Now, they're not bent a lot. It's not a strenuous thing where we're trying to do deep knee bends, but it's just a very relaxed, slight bend to the knees. Each time you release a breath, you'll find that you can let go even more. So Tai Chi isn't about straining to stretch muscles, it's about teaching the body how to stop fighting with itself. Allowing the deep, tense muscles to begin to learn how to let go so that you can begin to move effortlessly. Good. Now the next movement. We'll start with the horse stance. The horse stance is a fundamental Tai Chi movement. It's actually a fundamental martial arts movement. Every martial art utilizes the horse stance, and Tai Chi is no different. The horse stance is named after the way that it looks. It looks like you're sitting down in a saddle on a horse. So your feet are a little more than shoulder width apart. They're fairly parallel. Sometimes we stand like this. You want to pull the heels out a little bit so they're a little bit more parallel. And what we do is we let the dantian drop down a bit as if we were settling down into a horse's saddle. Okay. Now notice as the pelvis drops down, or as the dantian drops down, the tailbone curls under a little bit. Okay, you can feel this inside yourself as you practice it a few times. So again, as you straighten up your knees, the sacrum will come out a bit. Now as you drop down into the horse stance, the sacrum tilts under slightly. The pelvis tilts up just a little bit. This isn't a rigid thing. It's very effortless. It just happens as you settle down. Knees are bent about enough so that when you look down over your knees, you can barely see the ends of your tennis shoes. Okay. Now, as we allow the dantian to drop down, we also think of the top of the head being drawn up by a thread towards the ceiling. The chin is slightly tucked in. So this takes some of the curvature out of the cervical vertebrae here. Also in the lumbar region, as the pelvis tilts, it takes some of the curvature out of the lumbar. So what we've done is we've elongated the spine. Not in a rigid way. It's not like standing at attention, but it's in a very effortless way. So you take a deep breath. As you let that sigh out, think of allowing the whole body to relax into a lengthened posture. Good. Now remember the vertical axis, how we don't lean. Okay, we begin using that right now. We want the dantian to start to flow back and forth from one leg to the other. So we're filling the leg that we move towards, we're emptying the leg that we move away from. All the weight goes over the foot or the leg that has the vertical axis or the dantian over it. This foot's completely empty. Now we filled this foot. So allow your dantian to flow back and forth with the vertical axis perfectly aligned. So notice that I'm not leading with my shoulders and I'm not leaning with my hips. What I'm doing is I'm allowing all my vertebrae to stay stacked up, posturally correct over my dantian. What this does is it allows you to move very effortlessly, very powerfully, and in a way that doesn't damage your back. So you can begin to do very strenuous things with much less risk of damage as you learn to move in this way. So it's a very simple exercise, but it's a very powerful one too. So just let your dantian flow back and forth. Every breath, letting go. Now we'll begin with the first three movements of the Quang Ping Yang style's right style of Tai Chi. So Tai Chi is filled with all kinds of spherical images. There's something very soothing about roundness. So the very first movement begins with the horse stance that we just worked on, and also an image of a spherical roundness, kind of a pearl of energy out here in front of you. So your hands start beneath it, they circle up and over the pearl, down the backside, and they end up in front of your chest as if you were going to push somebody. Again, knees are slightly bent. As you settle down in the horse stance, let your tailbone drop. Hands circle up, over the top, down the back. Take a deep breath in as you come up. Let the shoulders and let every muscle let go as you relax that breath out. Again, breathing in as you come up. Relax as you come down the backside. Good. Now, as you breathe in and circle up, shift your dantian over to the left leg. Pick up the empty right heel, drop it in, settle back to the right leg as the hands come down. Good. Let's do that again. From the horse stance, circle up as you shift to the left, drop the right heel in, settle back to the right foot as the hands come down. One more time. Circle up as you shift your dantian to the left, drop the right heel in, settle back to the right leg as the hands come down. Now drop the hands in a big hug as if you were hugging a giant redwood tree. coming around, and almost clapping as your left heel touches out in front. Your left hand is comfortably across the body. Your right hand is vertical. Left hand horizontal, right hand vertical. It's as if you were holding a honeydew melon in between your hands, a spherical image about the size of a honeydew melon. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Circle up as you shift to the left, drop the right heel in, settle back to the right foot as the hands come down, big hug, strike palm. Now, grasp the bird's tail. There's an imaginary peacock with a pluming tail hanging down up here diagonally off to the right. So as you reach up your hands to grasp that tail, left hand underneath and right hand on top, put your left foot diagonally back behind you. Okay? Let's do that again. It looks kind of like a Charleston step. Reach up to grasp the tail, put the foot behind. One more time. Reach up to grasp the tail, put the foot behind. Good. One more time. Reach up to grasp the tail, put the foot behind. Let's put this all together. Circle up, shift to the left, drop the right heel in, settle back. Big hug, strike palm. Grasp the bird's tail, roll back on the back foot as you stroke the tail, roll up off the right heel, bring the foot back, touch the right foot at the left instep, hands circle up in front of the face. Good. And let's take it from strike palm. Grasp the bird's tail, roll back over the back foot, roll up off the right heel, weights on the left foot, hands circle up in front of the face, turn the torso out to the right, right foot out diagonally, roll up over the right foot as you push, bringing up the left foot behind and hands go flat. Good, let's go back to strike palm. Strike palm, grasp the bird's tail, roll back over the back foot, roll up off the right heel, bring it back, hands circle up in front of the face, turn to the right diagonally, roll up over the right foot. As you push out, bring up the back foot, and hands go flat. From the beginning, circle up as you shift to the left, drop the right heel in, settle back to the right foot, big hug, strike palm. Grasp the bird's tail, roll back, bring the right foot back, hands circle up, turn, step out the right foot, roll over the right foot, and hands push. Now when you get to the end, just make up another movement to slowly get back to the horse stance. So now you can begin again. Remember to breathe and relax. Nice full breath in, and relax as you shift. Breathing in, and relax as you push. Good, and again, a slow movement back to the horse stance. On the in-breath, begin. And relax. Good. Settle back. Now the hands circle up to gather up all the energy or the relaxation that we've begun to accumulate here. Coming all the way up, you actually straighten your knees here. Take a breath in. And on this sighing exhale, allow this relaxation or chi or life energy to pour from your hands over through your whole body. As if your hands were 6 feet wide, cleansing and washing through you. Carrying any loads right down through your feet and right down into the cleansing earth. As with each exhale, you deeply let go.
Om Shrim Rim Klim Lam Gam Ganapatiye Varavaradav Saravajanam Eva Shema